One change for the Rockies. Patrick Lennon will come in and replace Andres Galarraga. So Patrick Lennon will be at first base, and he will be in the cleanup slot. Another name that a lot of people are talking about, Patrick Lennon. Here's Greg Colbert, and that pitch is high from Lance Painter. This for Lance Painter is his third inning of work. And that's down low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Painter came in to start the 4th inning, replacing David Need. And that's a wee bit outside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Talking about Patrick Lennon, 6'2", 200 pounds, signed as a free agent by the Rockies. That's a strike. He has spent some time in the big leagues, 91 with Seattle, 92 with Seattle. On the ground, and Tatum. He gets up in the dirt, and yes! A couple of terrific plays, one by Jim Tatum, and the other by the guy we're just talking about.
And you wondered at the beginning of the day and said Jim Tatum is going to be at third. Is this an opportunity for him? Is he just basically a utility man? Well, the way he's been playing today, he has certainly made his mark in the opening game of spring training.
And
Lennon digs it out.
What a great play. This is grounded, and it's going to be a base hit. Mark Carrion with an infield single. So Mark Carrion swings at the first pitch by Lance Painter, and he just beats this ball right into the ground at home plate. See, he doesn't take a stride, and he had enough topspin on it that it dribbled down the third base line and died. So Carrion with an infield hit.
And the batter is Jeff Brantley, the pitcher.
And Brantley will be sacrificing, and he takes a strike. Brantley with a 111 batting average last year. His starts came in the month of September, so he did not acquire too many at-bats, and he bunts this one off the screen. You'll hear us say it a lot throughout the course of this season. Pitchers that can move runners along can help themselves considerably. Right now for Brantley, if he can get that guy in a scoring position, a base hit will drive him home. And that pitch is up high. There's Carrion with the infield hit. And Brantley trying to get him down to second. Wendell Kim coaching third. There's the bunt. Painter's got to play at second. He goes there to first. Double play. And the play was made by Lance Painter, who got rid of it, and that ends the inning. After 5.5, Rockies 5, Giants 2.
Brad Erzinger is a lucky guy. Not because he can hit the ball a mile, or because his short game is outstanding, or that his putting is all that great. He's lucky because he won Lotto and invested the money in his business, which gave him enough spare time to take up the sport he's always wanted to play.
Tennis. I've always wanted to play tennis.
Dave Thomas is making a new chicken sandwich for his favorite customer, his daughter Wendy. Introducing Wendy's Monterey Ranch Chicken, a whole breast filet topped with cheese, but not just any cheese, Monterey Jack. Then he whipped up her favorite dressing, creamy ranch loaded with bacon. It was so good, he kind of hated to give it away.
Wendy, it's ready. Oh well, I guess I'll have to eat it myself.
Try Wendy's new Monterey Ranch Chicken Sandwich.
Dad, is it ready yet?
They're the toughest team we'll face all year.
Rockies manager Don Baylor talks about Rocky Mountain News baseball reporters Tracy Ringlesby and Jack Etkin.
You ought to see the stats on these guys.
Rocky Mountain News reporter Tracy Ringlesby writes a nationally syndicated baseball column and is past president of the Baseball Writers of America. News reporter Jack Etkin's stats include the writing of a book on Kansas City baseball players.
No team covers baseball like the Rocky Mountain News. Guys, move around a little bit. Let's go.
Bottom of the 6th inning here in Tucson with the Rockies leading 5-2. Giants out hitting the Rockies. And here's the double play that ended the inning.
And like you said, it was the pitcher, Lance Painter. He set it up. Not a question in his mind. Goes to second. There's one. To first. Double play.
If the pitcher can give that shortstop or middle infielder a good throw with something on it, you got a chance to turn it with the pitcher running. And Lance Painter has shown me something this afternoon. Here for the Rockies is Braulio Castillo, who is 0 for 2. Struck out against Brantley in his last at bat. And that's a strike. The book on Castillo and the center fielder for the Giants.
We are searching throughout the press box.
We're going to find out.
Yes.
And Castillo into left center field, and it is off the wall. Castillo is rounding the bag. He's going into third, and he's going to make it. Braulio Castillo with a triple high into left center field.
And there is no question, he nails this one. And another look at the swing.
He's got terrifically quick wrist, and that's Dax Jones chasing it down into left center field. I did not make that up.
Dax Jones?
Yes.
And he, of course, is one of the minor league players for the Giants that they brought along on the bus this morning.
What they usually tell those minor league guys is you may get in the game, you may not. Just be ready. Tatum 2 for 2 with a great play at third. Chance for another RBI. And a swing and a foul off the mask of Andy Allenson. I said another RBI. Tatum does not have one. Just about the only thing he hasn't done this afternoon. I was talking about Castillo before he made contact. Castillo struck out 96 times in 386 at-bats last year. If he makes contact, he'll have a better average. 0-2 is the count to Jim Tatum. On deck is Joe Girardi. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 5-2, Rockies leading. Up high.
And Rockies fans, now is a good time for you to break open an ice-cold Budweiser and enjoy that fresh, pure, natural taste. Nothing beats a Bud.
1-2 the count to Jim Tatum. Castillo at third with nobody out. Outside, and Tatum now an opportunity to give the Rockies a 4-run lead. The scoreboard says 2-1. Brummett warming up down in the bullpen for the Giants. And now Andy Allenson and Jeff Brantley are going to try to get together and get on the same page.
And Rocky fans, Domino's and the Colorado Rockies have teamed up to offer you a Rockies Pizza Special. It is only $9.99. Every time you order a large one-item pizza, Domino's donates a portion of each sale to the Rockies Youth Foundation. Call Domino's now and order your Rocky Special. It's $9.99. Order now. Hey, you'll have it before the game's over. Well, that sounds great.
It does.
Yes.
2-1, the scoreboard says to Jim Tatum. And now Brantley steps on. 2-7-1 for the Giants. 5-6-0 for the Rockies. And even though Allenson and Brantley had a meeting, it doesn't look like they quite figured out what they wanted to do. Now they're ready. Tatum swings and misses, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
This has been a good outing for Jim Tatum.
Really has. And I think what he'll do now is cut down on his swing just a little bit and try to put the ball in play. The Giants with the infield in means if you strike the ball pretty well on the ground, you got a chance of having it go through. Brantley is ready, and so is Tatum. And the 2-2 pitch is down and away, and now the count is full. The old adage in spring training is that the hitters are going to be ahead of the pitchers. And the reasons for that thinking is that pitchers have yet to gained a lot of confidence in their breaking stuff. So hitters are going to see a lot more fastballs. And that pitch is high, and Tatum draws the walk. So with nobody out here in the 6th inning for the Rockies, runners at the corners. And the hitter is Joe Girardi, who's been on base twice. He has scored a run, and he has stolen a base.
And don't forget our next television game, the Rockies and the Chicago Cubs. That is next Saturday, March the 13th at 1 p.m. Rockies time. We'll be live from Mesa, Arizona.
Joe Girardi facing Jeff Brantley with nobody out. And that's a strike. Brantley left that pitch on the inside part of the plate. I'm not sure that's where he wanted the location, but it worked out for him. He's quickly ahead of Girardi. Infield still in for the Giants. A ball hit hard. They may try to turn the double play. Girardi pops it into left field. Carrion didn't see it. It's Clayton who will back up, and he'll make the catch. So Carrion lost it, but it was still in the area of Royce Clayton, and he makes the catch. 1 out. We talked about how difficult a day like today it is for outfielders. Carrion may have had time to get to it, but he broke back.
And you mentioned the problem with the high sky. If you don't have enough clouds to give you a depth perception, it starts and you have no idea.
I've seen guys like Tony Gwynn who have gold gloves stacked up in their
closets,
and they look silly in spring training. Here's Benavides. Benavides with a strikeout and a single and an RBI. He is 1 for 2. And that misses inside. Rockies need to add to their 3-run lead.
And Darrell Boston is on deck.
So it has gone well for both Need and Painter. They have both gone 3 innings, just what Don Baylor and Larry Bernarth wanted them to do. Two balls and no strikes to Benavides. Castillo is the base runner at third with a leadoff triple. At first, it's Jim Tatum who drew a walk. Benavides waving the bat at home plate. And it's 3-0. Right now, Brantley having a tough time with his control. And he does not want to face Darrell Boston with the bases loaded. So in order to keep that from happening, he's going to have to come in right now to Benavides, who may have the takes on. Taking all the way, and it's a strike. Benavides looking down to Jerry Royster. And I'm sure Don Baylor will let Benavides swing away if it's a good pitch. Tatum goes. Benavides hits it high to left field. Playable for Carrion. Tagging up and scoring is Castillo. And the Rockies now lead 6-2. Sacrifice fly for Freddie Benavides. And put in Darrell Boston into your lineup as a pinch hitter. And he'll be batting with 1 out. Make that 2 outs. And a man aboard at first, who's Jim Tatum. And a quick toss, and Tatum's out again. It's the second time that Jim Tatum in this ball game has been picked off, and it's just about the only negative thing you can say about Jim Tatum. Watch the quick throw, the quick tag by Phillips, and Tatum is out. We played 6-2 Rockies.
It's clearly a metaphor for life's inequities, a brilliantly cynical vision skewed by a fateful.
Why is every picture
which captures the ennui
worth 1,000 words?
in decay? Don't you think?
Hey, nachos. Kind of makes me hungry.
Me too.
Try a beer that drinks like a light with real draft taste. But dry.
Nachos.
Hardly.
It's artfully different.
Fasten your seatbelt. It's time to go play in the snow. Because it's time for the Dakota Midwinter Blowout, featuring the mid-size Dodge Dakota 4x4 Club Cab. An available 230 horsepower Magnum V8 makes it a real snow thrower. And we can throw in almost $3,200 in total savings, too. Right now, our selection is big, but it won't last long. So get to the Dakota Midwinter Blowout now, before it blows out of town. See your nearest Dodge dealer today.
Colorado Rockies. Baseball at a whole new level. For ticket information, call 303-ROCKIES.
Back at High Corbett Field here in the top of the 7th inning with the Rockies leading 6-2. Here to take it to the end is my partner, Charlie Jones.
Rockies 6, Giants 2. Top of the 7th, new center fielder. And that is Gerald Young. He replaces Alex Coe. He was in the on-deck circle. But Tatum was picked off at first. And the new pitcher is Willie Blair. And Royce Clayton is the hitter. He is 0 for 2. He bounced out and flied out. Tell me about Willie Blair.
Charlie, Willie Blair, you see his numbers 5 and 7 with the Astros last year. Blair with a good sinking fastball, a curveball, a slider, keeps the ball down. Blair has an idea on how to pitch, but the key to Willie Blair is keeping the ball down.
He was here in Tucson last year with a 4-4 record. And when we talked to him yesterday, he had more of a veteran's tendency. His outlook is spring training. Not near as wide-eyed and bushy-tailed as the two youngsters that we saw earlier.
He just wanted to get out there for some work.
Yeah. He's only 27.
And I think if you're going to put together a pitching staff, you can't have just 23 and 24-year-old kids. You have to mix in a veteran guy like Willie Blair, and as you mentioned, a veteran at a young age.
And he strikes Clayton out. So he opens with a strikeout.
And Larry Bernard happy with the way David Need pitched, and I'm sure very pleased with the way Lance Painter pitched.
And here is the catcher, Andy Allenson. And his first at bat. And Blair comes inside for ball one. 1-0 the count. The Rockies leading the Giants 6-2. 6 runs on 6 hits. The Giants have 2 runs on 7 hits. And this one is down the left field line. And Allenson slips and has to battle his way back to first. When he put on the brakes, his feet went out from under him. And he's aboard with a single. So let's take a look at the catcher as he rounds the bag.
Well, Andy Allenson is going to try to turn this one into 2. And he sees that the Rockies left fielder has cut the ball off down the line and made a good throw. And he slips a little bit and hustles back into first.
And that'll bring up the second baseman, Dave Anderson. And he lines out a shallow center field to Gerald Young. And we have 2 away with Allenson still the runner at first. Continental Airlines, official airline of the Colorado Rockies, proving one airline can make a difference in Colorado. One airline can make a difference in Colorado. Spring training is also for announcers.
Boy.
Steve Hosey.
I think we might say that a few times.
Yes. Bears repeating, as they say.
I think Steve Hosey is glad that Lance Painter is not out there. He swung at 3 changeups, and they were all either in the dirt or close to being in the dirt.
And so now he faces Willie Blair, the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon for the Rockies. They're scheduled to go 2. A ball and a strike, the count to Steve Hosey. And they're not holding Allenson at first. And you can see those are the skid marks that you see where he went down in the dirt.
Catchers leave bigger skid marks than any other position players. And in an attempt to stop, you can see what Andy Allenson left. Second basemen don't always appreciate that. You get a ground ball right there, or first baseman, it hits that spot, it's going to take a bad hop.
Girardi digs it out of the dirt. 2-2 the count. Two pitch with 2 away. And he strikes him out. So Hosey strikes out to Pater and now to Blair. No runs on a hit and a man left. We're in the middle of the 7th, and the Rockies lead it 6-2.
Reincarnation. The belief you can come back is just about anything. Why do some guys have all the luck? Try a beer that drinks like a light with real draft taste. Bud Dry. Because while luck may run out,
Happy birthday, Grandma. For me?
true refreshment won't.
Domino's Pizza is doing something special for you and the Colorado Rockies. Call Domino's now and order your Rocky Special. A large, delicious one-item pizza of your choice for only $9.99. Delivered free to your door, piping hot. With each Rocky Special, Domino's will donate a portion of the sale to the Colorado Rockies Youth Foundation. You'll hit a home run every time with the Domino's Pizza Rocky Special. Get in the game. Call your neighborhood Domino's now.
Well, one of the great things about this ball game, this is the Topps rookie card from 1971. Dusty Baker and Don Baylor. I asked Don Baylor about his relationship with Dusty Baker.
Well, that's where it ends. Yeah, he's a great friend of mine. He always has been. We played against each other in the minor leagues. We played together in Puerto Rico. But he's here to accomplish one thing today, and believe me, I'm here to do something for our fans also.
And he has. He has done something for his fans, hasn't he?
And Dusty Baker is well accepted by the Bay Area people, and of course we realize how well accepted Don Baylor has been to the fans in the Rocky Mountains. Both guys, both are going to be successful because they know what it takes to be successful, and that's hard work. And you can see Dusty having a little chat with Mr. Royce Clayton, as Don Baylor will have those same types of chats with some of his younger players.
Greg Brummett is now on the mound for the Giants. And for the Rockies, that's Willie Blair. That's not right. It is, yes. And he bounces out, and that is right.
See, the thing that I'm sure really upset Darrell Boston is he's announced into the game.
Yes.
And Tatum gets picked off.
Yes.
That's it. He's out.
He's out.
He doesn't get a chance to hit unless you put him at some position.
And so that will now bring up Gerald Young, who is batting in the number 1 slot, the top of the order. As he replaces Alex Cole in the lineup, and he has a base hit up the middle. And so now, as the Rockies begin to make the wholesale changes, Roberto Mejia will be batting next.
Now, Don Baylor said there's a high ceiling for Roberto Mejia. I think he can do it all, as they say.
Great expectation.
Yes.